Hello, everybody.
Hey, guys.
Joe here.
Kevin.
Okay, so once again, Jordan and Danny,
Yeah.
I love their dynamic.
Sure.
And last week was a great example of it, too. Do you think that we're going to see more of the guy whose show he was going to take to HBO, and then last minute Danny came in and got for the network?
I hope so. I hope we kind of get outside of Studio 60 a little bit and into some bigger picture stuff, especially as it relates to Jordan trying to work with Jack, right? Because she needs to do more than just have a successful sketch comedy show.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about this because I would hope that on the show that gets us away from focusing so much on the sketches and seeing so much of the sketches, right?
Sure.
Because they just don't work that well.
Yeah.
They're not funny. And I was thinking about this because 30 Rock came up at the same time as this show, right? You have Aaron Sorkin making this show, who is a great writer, as tested as anyone has ever been, right?
Absolutely.
But I don't think he's got a background in sketch comedy that I'm aware of.
Not that I'm
But
aware
he thought
of.
he could do it, right?
I kind of respect him for trying it out. But
Absolutely. But you look at 30 Rock, right? You have Tina Fey, who knows sketch comedy backwards and forwards, right?
Totally.
And probably a lot of her writers came out of that same world she brought with them from that world, right?
Sure.
They know how hard it is to do a good sketch comedy show. So what do they do with sketches on 30 Rock?
to make him really stupid.
We never see them.
That's true, too.
And when we see them, we see a line.
Yeah.
They don't even bother trying to make a
weird
good sketch
costumes.
comedy show. Yeah. They don't really bother trying. Mm-hmm. Now, it works really well to be like, let's just make them bad for what little bit we see.
Yeah.
And that way they don't really have to focus on making them at all.
And they write it into the show, too.
Yeah, and they write it into the show. Because early on that show, their sketch show wasn't bad. Mm-hmm. Right? Early on, like in the pilot, one of the things they say is it's a really good show.
The girly
show.
Mm-hmm.
But we're going to add Tracy Jordan to be the third heat.
Yeah.
It's not a crappy sketch comedy show. They decide to do that later when it's like, well, our choices are we either just say it's a bad sketch comedy show and not show any sketches, or we have to sit here and do the labor-intensive task of writing good sketches.
Yeah.
And so they just avoid it.
You need 2 writers' rooms for that.
Yeah, exactly. And I think they knew that, and I don't think Aaron Sorkin did. I think if they like the pilot of this show, we didn't see any sketches. They talked about Crazy Christians a lot, but they never showed it. We never saw that
at all
in episodes 1 or 2. Mm-hmm. So I really do feel like that is the misstep with this show, is that they should have just stayed away from really getting into the nitty-gritty of the sketches and focused on the backstage politics and the relationships of the show and dealing with the network, the hierarchy of the network and how audiences react to whatever you're doing and all of that. Because he's absolutely nailing all that stuff.
Do you think that he wanted to show the sketches, like he wanted to try it out, or do you think that he feels like as audience members we needed to see it?
I think both. I think it's like, why not? If you think you can write anything, why not? But
I'm sure he wanted to try the exercise too.
Sure.
I mean, like the thing with Tina Fey is like, she has written some iconic sketches.
Yeah, she's done it. She did it for a decade before she did this, right?
It's really funny that she was like, we're like,
sketches
that you do see are like so bad, like that's the joke.
And again, even when they show a sketch, they show one line from the sketch. We never even saw a full sketch on 30 Rock.
Or like crazy like suits and stuff. Like
that was Josh's
role in the show, basically.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, it is interesting, and I'm with you. I kind of hope we transition away from that.
Right.
And we do get more of a like Jordan's POV a little bit.
So yeah, they're rich characters. There's a lot that they can work with on here without having to get us on stage.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to get started here. Do want to thank all of our Patreon subscribers for being with us. Thank you so much, guys. Special shout out to our super patrons: NJ, MTC93, Actual Lurker, Anna, Ballers Foldes, Jeff, Derek Peterson, Yannick from Montreal, Sudugun Devarapu, Jamie Morgan, Christy Goverston, Taylor, Andy Schreiber, Trey Contreras, Humain, Wolfgang Wolf, Lindsay Swift, Squick, Sweet Baby Silvanel, Anna Pacio, Matt Tyler, David Adler, Chris O'Donnell, Katie K, Seth Walker, Doc Cooley, James Wilson, and Dory Ellen. Thanks so much, guys. As always, we're very grateful here watching with us.
Yes, we are. And if you're watching us on YouTube for the first time, welcome to our channel. If you mind hitting the like button for us, please leave us a comment down below and hit the subscribe button. Since up to date and the new content we have coming your way.
Description below, link to our Patreon page, full link to watch alongs. On Series 60, we're going to be several episodes ahead on Patreon of where we're on YouTube. But I think you're right. I absolutely think if you're going to do that, you need 2 writers' rooms.
Yeah, absolutely.
Tell your guys tarps over everything. The last time we had a rap party in the studio, we had to shut down for 2 weeks.
I think it's cool. We're picking right up where we left off.
Yeah.
1-hour drama about the United Nations.
You can't miss.
So I'm celebrating.
Well, enjoy the party.
I'm also hiding from Jack Rudolph. This is like, for me, Superman's dome of pleasure.
Fortress of Solitude.
Yeah, that's double pleasure.
That's in the Snyder cut.
Suzanne,
he
tarps
drunk
over
too?
everything.
Yeah. Tarps over everything.
He just
Oh,
said hizzy.
this is fun if we're doing the rap party and we have everybody, including Jack and Jordan, there at the rap party.
Okay, let's do
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Hey, no sketches this week. There you go.
You were 15 seconds long on Comedian. We had to steal it from New 60.
I know, people laughed. I was as surprised as anybody.
I just almost kissed Matt.
Really?
Yeah.
Where?
On the mouth.
Yeah, Sting was playing. It's understandable.
Darren's coming to the party, and Danny's trying to fix Matt up with cocktail waitresses, so we're back to normal. Darren is the anti-Matt. He's not snide, he's not smug, he's not superior. He goes to church.
He's a pro athlete. He's all of those things.
He thinks.
About what?
I'm looking forward to discovering that tonight.
Sure. And in the meantime, you've got the muscles.
Or Matt said he's a bad baseball player too.
Gonna ask Matt to slip over to the improv with me around 11 to see a guy. You wanna come?
My parents are here tonight.
27's too old to have mommy and daddy issues, my brother.
They don't know what I do for a living, my brother.
They don't watch TV. It was
Right.
I'm gonna show them around the studio, and when we say goodnight, my father's gonna ask me if I need any money, and it's gonna take everything I've got not to point out to him that I could buy his house 4 times. And
Hello, hello.
hey, guys, you found your way. How you doing, Dad?
Good. How are you?
Great. The drive is okay?
needs
Some
money.
regular players.
Did you like the show?
I thought any second Joan Rivers was going to jump out of nowhere and ask us what we were wearing. Simon, I have to tell you, Tom's father won't admit it, but after we saw the James Bond movie, I think he got a little crush on Halle Berry.
It's such a bad movie too.
Well, he'll be sure to tell her at the next meeting, Mom.
Don't be smart with your mother, Tom.
It's great meeting both of you. I mean, we're all crazy about your son. I hope you have a good time. He works for a living. Don't be an ass.
That's a really good advice.
True.
Can I take you around the studio?
Yes, please.
That is a big rap party.
They really go all out, don't they?
Yeah.
Why did you cut my sketch?
I think the thing to remember here is that it was me who got the sketch.
It's so wild. She's on this.
Yeah.
Why did you cut my sketch?
It wasn't funny.
I thought it was funny.
I thought the writing was funny, but that you weren't very good. You were in a number of wonderful sketches tonight, including a hilarious send-up of your character on Calico Gals.
Gilmore Girls.
This is my number if you ever feel like coffee or a basketball game or something. And would you give a copy of this to the girl who plays your kid on the show, too?
Whoa, what?
What?
It's humiliating.
Oh my god. This is the weirdest thing ever. The weirdest crossover.
Who are those women?
These 3, I don't think, broke the bank on their SATs or anything.
How recently did they
God.
take the SATs?
No.
You just gave Lauren Graham your number.
Yeah.
Think your night's going okay so far?
Shauna.
Hi.
Lacey.
Hi.
And Treasure.
Treasure? You're fans of the show?
Well, we are now because we've been dating mostly inside the rock scene, but we really want to start looking for more mature guys.
And you showed a lot of wisdom coming here for that.
I'm an executive producer and the head writer.
And what does that mean?
Really?
Head writer, yeah.
Writing the show?
I'm fascinated.
Me too.
You guys, I think that's Darren Wells down there. The baseball player? Look!
Oh.
He's dating Harriet Hayes. I just read about it in Star. Have you ever met Harriet Hayes?
Yeah, I write the show.
Oh my God.
We have to escort you off the property. We don't have a choice.
No choice.
Is that Eli
That
Wallach?
is Eli Wallach.
He doesn't have a pass for the party. Also, he was trying to take this picture.
Let me see that. I might be able to help you if you give me your name.
What's in a name? It's all in the
Shakespeare.
Well, he might have Alzheimer's or something. He might have.
No. Can't go back to Tarzan Spas.
What did you say? Tars and spars.
Tarzan Spas. Yeah.
Sir, we're gonna make sure you get a ride back to where you live. Would you mind sitting over in here for a few minutes? You sit down over here for a few minutes, I'll let you take the picture with you.
Is he in the picture or something?
He's got to be, right?
Yeah.
What's going on?
He's a fan of Sid Caesar. Come on.
We're going to finish that story at some point
Totally.
for sure.
It's Eli Wallach, yeah.
Yeah. I've actually never seen The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly,
Oh,
but
really?
I definitely know who he plays
Tuco.
a Latino fella.
Bud Abbott and Lou Costello tried out a new piece of material here called Who's On First?
Honey, Dad and I don't watch Comedy Central.
No, it's
Oh my
old.
God.
Well, it was, Dad. I'm amazed that you've never...
Okay, just let it go. You don't need to fight about Abbott and Costello.
Just bought a baseball team, and the other guy wants to know the names of the players. And the first baseman's named...
Yeah.
That's a tough sketch to explain without just seeing it.
Look it up later if you want to.
Yeah.
When you say you write the show, what does that mean exactly?
I'm the guy in charge of making up what they do and say.
Do you think one day they might let you be in the show?
Oh my God.
I'm not a performer, I'm a writer.
Oh my God, it's Simon Styles. He's coming right over here. Do you know him?
He works for me.
If I was mad, I'd just be like, "See you, Danny."
Yeah.
He says there's a comic out from New York named Willie Wilson. I don't know. Yeah, me neither. That's why I like you to come to the Improv with me for a few minutes, because he's doing a set at 11.
Why don't you tell Danny and he'll get some tape on the guy?
If it was Tom or Jeannie or Harry, you wouldn't blow this over to Danny. I'd like to see more black writers on your staff, or a black writer on your staff. Yeah, sure, you might consider, just for the hell of it, having somebody in there who didn't go to Harvard.
I didn't go to Harvard. If it isn't a diversity issue, then what are you saying? Am I not writing well enough for you?
Please.
But you think I need to bring in help from the bullpen once in a while to write for a black guy?
We talked about this last week, right? He needs to trust in his writers more.
Yeah.
I was a bartender at the Gershwin. 7 bartenders, one of them black. At intermission, 2,000 people pour into the lobby. 1,950 of them black. Line up in front of this guy's station. And I thought, I can mix a Cavassier and Diet Coke like anybody else.
See? That's a joke you'd never make on the air.
I believe that. Yeah, absolutely.
It's insulting to me that you think I need help.
You're just gonna have to be insulted then.
We'll take my car.
Hey, we heard you got Trevor Laughlin's pilot script about the UN.
Yes, he was going to go to HBO, but Danny, as a matter of fact, was the one who talked him over to us. So I don't have any friends.
God. She really is Mackenzie before Mackenzie, isn't she?
Yeah, kind of.
Are you trying to make friends right now?
How am I doing?
Fine. Would you like to hang out with us at the party?
I would love to. I think if you gave me a chance, you'd find me delightful.
Also, I'm meeting up with a guy,
Oh, the baseball player.
Darren Wells.
Right next to a blurb about me speculating on the various men I've been with in underground sex clubs. My father enjoyed reading that.
I'll bet.
You think there's any chance he'd write an autograph for my nephew? He's got a collection. Sure.
Have you met Jordan McDeer?
We haven't.
Our boss.
Jordan
You're the
needs a
boss.
baseball. I thought one of you guys might have one.
Yeah, either that or in the prop room.
Can you help her?
Sure.
Also, I find myself in the market for some new friends. So just so you know, I'm open to it.
Okay.
Oh, she's really awkward at this.
Yeah, totally.
Tarzan Spars, huh?
Tarzan, right?
I don't know.
You're not in any trouble at all. I just need your name.
Bessie Biberman.
B-I-B-E-R?
No. Scott Trumbo.
Is it Bessie Biberman or Scott
I think it's
Trumbo?
either one.
Cole Lardner.
I'm going to reach inside your jacket to see if you have a wallet, but before I do, I'm going to bring a third person in, because frankly, nothing personal, but I need a witness that I didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah, for sure.
Totally.
Good bargain. It's a good deal.
He's doing a great job, just not like calling the police.
Absolutely. At some point.
Yeah, at some point, just
need
to
some
help the
help.
guy out, yeah.
And one of the things he said was, don't send me back to Tarzan Spars.
That was Sid Caesar's thing, wasn't it?
Yeah, Caesar played saxophone in the Tarzan Spars.
Oh, never mind.
What's his name?
I asked him, he gave me 3 names, Bessie Biberman, Scott Trumbo, Cole Lardner.
He's messing with you. Those aren't 3 names, there's 6 names. Bessie, Biberman, Scott, Trumbo, Cole. He named you 6 of the Hollywood 10.
2 brothers named Jack and Harry Warner used the Addison to hold the first test of adding sound.
He's not very good at hanging out with his parents, is he?
No. Yeah, you're on a tour now.
Right.
The first movie they showed here was The Jazz Singer. Story of a guy who wanted to do something for a living that his father didn't like.
I get it, Mark.
Tom.
This is uncomfortable.
You got a question?
Yeah.
When did you become an interior decorator?
Tell us how you put the skits together.
We don't do skits, Mom. Skits are when the football players dress up as the cheerleaders and think it's wit.
Oh my God. This is unnecessary terseness.
You're standing in the middle of the Paris Opera House of American television.
That's swell, Tom, but your little brother is standing in the middle of Afghanistan.
Don't take it out on me. I mean,
it's okay.
I don't know what he's supposed to do about that. You know, I don't know why he's taking shots.
Our next comic's from New York City, where he's been wowing audiences at Dangerfields and Carolines for Willie Wells!
Is Willie going to be good or is Willie going to suck? Because neither one of them have seen him.
Yeah.
I got a little pet name I use for white people. It's spelled bitches. Because when I get in an argument, I'll be like, what? Okay, bitch, you want to step to me? White dude be like, okie dokie there, homie. See, I do love the fact that y'all insist on paying your damn bills on time. White people go out of town, they pay their light, car, gas, rent, everything months in advance.
Yeah, this guy's not funny.
We say, see you in court, bitch. I got baby mamas on top of baby mamas, for real.
Maybe the rest gets better.
I can do the rest. Something tells me Willie likes his bitches with a big old ass.
Donkey dog ass, I could put a saddle on and be like, hi-yo.
The biggest difference is that we don't pay our bills. Respect the law, women, or each other.
It wasn't that bad.
Don't patronize me.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, you should probably scout some people yourself first.
Sure. I like him scouting though.
Yeah, for sure. I like the effort, but that guy sucked.
All right, I'm buying.
Damn right.
I'm going to reach inside your jacket. Department of Veteran Affairs,
Your name is Eli Weinrob?
Yeah.
Nice trick with the Hollywood 10. But I'm not as dumb as I look.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Whoa. What can I do for you?
I'm Jordan McDeer, and you're drinking my booze.
It's okay. She's the president of the network. I'm Darren Wells.
Yes, I know. I was hoping you'd sign a baseball for me. We've been looking pretty hard for a baseball, and
this is an orange that props painted to look like a baseball.
It's okay. We got a baseball.
He's gonna put his number on there, isn't he?
I bet.
You like the clubs?
The Cubs?
The clubs.
Oh, come on. Give me a break.
I think that was a so do I kind of thing.
Oh, I think so too. Yep, it's definitely there.
You should tell Harriet about that one.
100%.
We called them over at the Wasserman Assisted Living Residence. They were very worried about you. I'm a real World War II buff. I used to set up little scenes with toy soldiers that I'd paint myself.
Of course.
You were a part of Flotilla 10? You know it by another name.
What?
The invasion of Normandy? You took shrapnel in your chest and face. Is that how you got that scar? You won World War II. So thanks.
Yeah.
It was nice meeting you. Whoa, wait, the picture I almost forgot.
Yeah, let me
Promises
keep
and
the
promises. I don't know why you'd want it, but what does this look like to you?
It looks like that guy's got a scar on his face.
I only had the one sketch get on the air before
Before what?
Clifford Odets. I met him once, but no one believes me now. The night before he was going to Washington to testify, the next day he named names.
So he got blacklisted.
He died from that.
So he just started working there and he got blacklisted.
That sucks so hard.
Yeah.
I saw a murder up close when I was 15. 3 guys shot a friend of ours. Anyway, we spent the next day planning how we were gonna kill these guys who did it. A guy named Donnell turned to me and said, "You're not going. Those guys are all doing consecutive life sentences. I can see it from my pool, man.
My God.
That'd be heavy, yeah.
But there's nothing I can do for Willie Wells."
Yeah, that guy just not a great comedian.
Whoever's up there now is getting met with pretty stunning indifference.
I've got babies, mamas all over the place. I will bitch your bitch ass all over this mother bitch bitch.
Shut up a second.
I'm not sure I'm in step with the rest of the African American community. I mean, I carry the scars of slavery just like everybody else. We were good when stacked up against other slaves throughout history, and I don't know if we were. You know, I'm looking at the pyramids in Egypt, and I'm thinking to myself, whoa, nobody told us we could use geometry.
Oh my God, hecklers at the open mic.
And the barber picked up a pair of scissors and lit up a joint at the same time. And he tells me he can sell me some for $10. Here's a wasted guy with a pair of scissors pointed at my head, but what I'm thinking is, how can he sell this fine a product at such affordable prices?
Just needs discipline.
There's some hostile crowd there, crowd work there.
That Matt's like, you want a job?
Right.
I'm Matt Albee. This is Simon Stiles.
I know.
You got your ass kicked. Was this your first time?
No, it was my last. Good night. What do you mean?
You're not going.
Listen, Mr. Stiles, I don't work for you guys.
Yeah, you do. You listen to everything he says and you watch everything he does. And he's gonna turn you into a writer.
What the hell are you talking about?
You're a better writer than stand-up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're in the batter's box now, boy. Don't even think about letting me down.
Yes, sir.
I just met you 2 seconds ago.
Right. Weirdest night of your life.
Seriously, yeah. I went from bombing to being employed.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, listening to the writing and not this delivery, yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm.
And I know you sent Mark's unit the body armor they needed. Dad wishes he could help pay.
No. You guys...
Why is he so mad at you?
Right.
Are you sure you won't spend the night?
You know your father.
Yeah, Mom's in for the worst car ride ever.
Right. Thanks, Dad, for not respecting anything I do.
Yeah. I wanted to give you this. Recording of who's on first. I love you, Dad, and whether you like it or not, you taught me everything I know.
That's really sweet.
It is.
You need any money?
There it is.
I'm fine.
I make a very healthy 6 figures, Dad. Yeah. Maybe 7.
Yeah, right. Yeah. It's a nice episode for him.
It was.
Really drives me crazy. You don't have a player like it.
Pipes, the pipes are
Next time
flowing.
So they're the right words. Jack is just lit.
So I'm looking for a fight, and it's going to be you. I want to thank you for helping Jordan acquire for MBS a television series about the United Nations. I hope we'll hold off on the debate over humanitarian aid to Darfur until sweeps.
Poor Danny's running from him here.
I know.
You see it as part of your job to screw with my company, don't you?
No, I do not. That's just one of the perks.
Fight me right now!
Yeah.
Danny was really cool through all that, wasn't he?
It was.
Are you going? Oh, you scared me. Sorry.
Tell her.
Right now.
You need to get the baseball signed.
I did. He was very nice. Thank you.
Did he write something funny? Let me see.
It's in my purse.
Well, can I see? He wrote his phone number, didn't he?
Sure did.
I deserve that. He's the anti-Matt.
I threw the ball in a dumpster.
How did two people beat you out for life of the party?
I know. It's unfathomable.
Yeah. It's time to ditch that guy.
Freshman writer for the Philco Comedy Hour, live from Studio 60.
If you have 3 or 4 hours, we'd love you to tell us everything you can remember about how the show was.
Oh, this is really cool.
Not a lot of those people were heard from again, Mr. Weinmob. Were you blacklisted?
After one sketch. You can start by telling us who the other guys are in the picture.
This is Lou Hawley. He was the funniest guy in the room.
This is really cool.
This is Rosemary McCann. I know I remember I had a crush on her. I guess we all did. The only reason I got a sketch on the air was because I was trying to write well enough
There you
so
go.
that she would notice me.
Awesome, yeah.
He's like, tell me about it, man.
Yeah.
Don't tell that to Milton, bro. He gets very angry.
Uncle Milty. That was fun.
That's a really sweet idea for the episode, too.
Yeah. Hey, and we had an episode that really worked well because, among other things, there was no sketches on it.
Yeah, exactly. A really fun idea, too, to have it set at the rap party.
Brilliant. I think that was fantastic, right?
We're glossing over the fact that Matt gave Lauren Graham his number, and she took it.
She did take it. And good for Matt.
What do you call the show? Calico Girls?
Yeah. You know, if he would have put out a little bit of effort, you know, and then given it the number, he could have had a great night.
It was a weird pitch.
It really was. Like, I don't even know the name of your show, and by the way, you sucked in that sketch.
Yeah.
Call me sometime and also give your daughter on the show my phone number, which was the wildest thing for me on that.
Alexis Bledel?
Yeah. Give Alexis Bledel my phone number, too. Oh, my God.
Well, you know, this is a few years ahead of where we're at. Maybe
Sure.
she's, you know what I mean? Sin City's right around the corner.
Oh, right, yeah.
But still, man. God. Oh, yeah. I could have used more time with Eli Wallach's story because I think that's the coolest.
That was the coolest part, yeah.
You know, he wanders in, sees his picture. It's a pretty tragic story, but also, like, ends up being very sweet by the end of it.
For sure.
I love the juxtaposition, too.
Everyone taking an interest in everything by the end, yeah.
Also, that baseball player, whatever his name was, Darren.
Yeah.
Glad he's hitting the road.
For sure.
That was a bold move, man. Just, you like the clubs? Like, Jesus, dude, come on.
Yeah. You have to figure somebody in that position where women throw themselves at him all the time. It probably isn't outside, like, the realm of possibility of, like, if I give any girl my number, she's going to call me, so whatever.
Well, those 3 girls certainly were.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, none of this is new to him. So it's like, oh, a beautiful woman has asked me for an autograph. Obviously, that means I'm going to sleep with her.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
This is every day.
This is just how my life is. It doesn't make him suck any less.
No, he does.
I really like the idea that, you know, of course he's hitting on a bunch of other women. He's the anti-Matt, as in Matt wouldn't do that. Mm-hmm. I really like the structure and the execution of this episode a lot.
I do too. And the stand-up act they hired.
Yeah, that was really interesting too, wasn't it? Mm-hmm. I like how they did that.
Sure, he'll be a part of the cast now.
Right.
The actor's name, though, I've seen him. He's somebody. I can't remember his name, though. But yeah, it might be Columbus Short.
Okay.
That might be his name. But
I have to look at his IMDb.
Yeah, for sure. It's because I'm blanking on what he's been in, but I know he's like an actor. Like he's been in some stuff. But yeah, I want to see him going forward. Also, I think this is a step in the right direction for Matt to start like trusting writers. You know, because I mean, Rick and Ron, like, I don't hate them. But they're definitely dropping the ball, right?
Well, I think they suck at their jobs. Sure. And again, I'm sure a lot of it has to do with the fact that, once again, writing sketch comedy isn't really Sorkin's forte. So why would he be able to write great sketch writers doing great sketch writing if he can't do it himself? But Ricky and Ron are bad at their jobs. We go back to the second episode where Matt actually, the one where they do the cold open episode, where Matt actually sits down in the writer's room and everything they're throwing at him is just hot garbage, and he goes off on about how they're all dressed like slobs and acting unprofessionally. It's just a bad group of people. They had one guy who plagiarized, and Rick and Ron were like, he was feeling pressure. We're going to go ahead and let that slide.
That's still wild to me.
Yeah, right. It's just Ricky and Ron just run a bad writer's room. It's just ultimately what it is. So yeah, I like the idea of them like saying we need to bring in, some fresh blood.
I agree with you. At some point though, I feel like Matt needs to be in that room taking charge. You know what I mean? Like leading by example. But I understand why he doesn't. Like, I don't like those two, and also I tried it. I sat
That's
in there.
the thing.
Yeah.
He tried it. He went in. He tried it. It was as unproductive as anything could possibly be. It all ended up being with him saying, "All of you guys really suck at this. None of this is funny.
I got this."
And then it's like, why waste your time? It's like it seems like it got more efficient for him when he just went off and wrote by himself.
Yeah, so it's like he's not going to return to it.
It's unsustainable. You
Totally.
You can't write 90 minutes of sketches every week in and week out. You can't do it.
Yeah. And not to mention when he does take one thing from them, it's
right.
Plagiarized.
Yeah, the one time he tried to trust him, it was plagiarism.
So I get it. I get why he feels burned on this, but
I do think this is a really good idea, and they shouldn't just stop here of going out and just finding your own people.
Yeah,
finding your own men, finding your own women, finding a diverse group of men and women to work in a writer's room.
Yeah,
because let's face it, that this 30-year-old frat boy writer's room isn't funny, that's a real big problem when you write for a sketch comedy show.
Sure, I'm sure like actual writers' rooms too are like, what's the balance between funny and bad? You know what I mean? Like it's you pick out gems, right?
Well, like when we watch a show like Arrested Development or 30 Rock, right, and they're throwing 1,000 jokes that land every episode, that writer's room is full of talented people working their butts off to one up each other.
Totally.
Like, here's our setup for the episode. What have you guys got? Yeah. And they're just boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
One-liner, and just crushing it. Because 30 Rock had 150 something episodes, and they crushed every one of them in terms of the jokes.
Insane.
Even when some of the setups, right, some of the storylines, you're like, okay, that's all right. On the storyline, the jokes at least were still funny all the way through.
It, yeah.
So that writer's room, those guys are like, come up with whatever you want for a conceit for the episode, but bring it on the jokes.
Yeah.
Once we have a structure of what our A, B, and C story is going to be, let's hear what's funny about that, and they just kill it. All the way through. Like, I could go back and watch 30 Rock from the pilot episode now and laugh to death at hundreds of jokes I've just forgotten that are hilarious.
Sure,
you know what I mean?
I'm about to start rewatching Arrested Development just because I need something on in the background.
Same deal.
Yeah.
Like, you better be able to really bring in that writer's room. And this writer's room on this show, nobody's bringing it, including the head guys.
Also, I'm not sure what a budget is for a sketch comedy show, but I would imagine they're probably hiring people all the time for a writer's room, right?
I would think so, yeah. But just because I think they are going to be big writers' rooms like that. But two, look, if you have 150 people working on your just in the tech area of your sketch comedy show that sells millions and millions and millions of dollars of advertising every week,
sure,
you can afford some talent in the writer's room.
I think so. And also, not to mention, I'm sure there's writers leaving constantly because one, they get fired, or two, like they just don't want to do it anymore because they can't sustain that,
Yeah, and I think it's kind of like anything else. It's like, how SNL is not ready for primetime players, so actors are in and out all the time, going on to the next thing, getting their sitcom, getting their movies, whatever. Sure. I think it's probably the same thing in the writer's room. I go in here and write sketch comedy at this psychotic pace, where I don't sleep, and hopefully I land a sitcom writing job, or hopefully I write for a talk show job.
Yeah. Conan O'Brien was a writer on SNL. Right. Adam McKay, you know what I mean? So
Seth Meyers.
Yeah. You break out of it eventually if you're good, and I think they're waiting for that person to arrive, basically.
Sure. So yeah, I really like the fact that there's an effort to actually address the lack of skill in the writer's room in this episode.
Yeah.
And I like how they did it. I like how the headliner they went to see actually sucked. He had great energy, I guess, right? Yeah. But his actual joke writing was cliched and terrible, to the point where Simon was like, "Gee, I wonder what he's going to say next." Right as he was saying,
he was offended.
Yeah, he was offended at how stereotypical the jokes were.
Yeah, for sure.
I would certainly say, if nothing else, they're unoriginal jokes. They're
Sure.
There were a couple of those. The butt joke. They actually showed Tracy on one of the episodes of 30 Rock doing almost that exact joke when they did a flash, flashback, and he's like, "Give up the butt, ladies, give up the butt." That's the only thing they showed from his stand-up. I was like, that's exactly what that guy was doing.
It is.
And every bad stand-up has done it. It's like every bad stand-up now has their trans jokes, right?
Sure.
I identify as, my pronouns are screw you. It's like, God, you know what? If you're gonna do this bad comedy, at least try to be original about it.
It's so interesting too, because there's levels to every performative job, right?
Sure.
It's like even in stand up, you could be amazing at open mic nights, but like when it comes to the big leagues, you suck. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Doing stand up, because like a lot of like the SNL actors and stuff, they don't come out of stand up. A lot of sketch comedians never step foot on a stand up stage. Some do, but I mean, like,
Norm is one of them.
Yeah, like Nick Offerman never did. Like, he's like a trained actor who just happened to be funny.
Yeah.
He never did sketch comedy or stand up comedy. It all really depends on you. You kind of find your area, but there isn't a direct pipeline. There's some. I mean, obviously there are good stand ups that end up doing really well as actors after that, but they come out of all places.
I like the idea of being funny. How does it translate?
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Because I mean, like SNL has stand ups on it, but it also has a ton of sketch people from like Second City.
Yeah, totally.
All right. I really enjoyed this episode a lot, actually. I really like the structure of it and where we're going with our characters.
Yeah.
Well done. All right. We'll catch you next, guys. Thank you.
See ya.